Good morning, everybody. So just a very quick introduction to what Alex is going to do to take us through the Stone Recording Database. So the reason for doing this is that what the Stone Recording Database will allow us to do is to record the real details of the type of work that we've already been doing and still have to do in terms of examining the wall. And not only examining the wall, but also looking at those buildings where there's repurposed stone as well. So all the data that we've been collecting on pieces of paper, this is where we can actually put it into something which can be shared by way of a database and capture that data in a more rigorous way. And I'm in the process of taking the data sheets that you've already recorded and digitizing those, also known as scanning them, so that they're available to all of you to be able to then take that material and enter it into the database. But that, as per on the SSD Goes Wild call we had the other week, there's also quite a number of other buildings and pieces of wall where we can do more of this work as well. So that's the context of it. So I'm going to hand over to Alex now so that he can explain in more detail exactly how the Stone Recording Database works. Thanks, Alex.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, this database originally I designed in Access, and it was I thought slightly easier to use than the online version. But unfortunately, we had some problems when we tried to share it, and Jan and Ollie will know a lot about that. So we ended up in the end getting somebody to design a web-based database, and this creates a file of data that will eventually be just imported into the original Access database. So in order to use the database, you need to log on to this site. I've got a menu in completely the wrong place here. Hang on. So the address you need is this, which is stonerecorderherokuap.com, and that's where the database is living at the moment. We'll have to see when you all start using it whether we need to get a better space, because if lots of people start using it all at once, we may need to upgrade it. But at the moment, that's the address you need. I'm sure Kerry can send out a link. Sorry, I've got a menu sitting right over the top of my thing. How do I get rid of that? No. Okay. So I don't know when you can see the fact I've got a sharing menu stuck on top of my screen, but everything else is underneath. So when you go to that address, the first thing you'll be faced with is this screen, and the core data, which is this bit here, is the thing that you want to fill in. But a lot of this data is already embedded in the database. So the first thing you do is ignore the top bit for a minute and decide what it is that you're recording. So most of you will be doing things like maybe a curtain wall. Most people have done bits of Mile Castle, but you can choose any one of these types of structure from Adrian's Wall, and if you just say I clicked on curtain wall, it'll bring up a map, and the map has little blue dots on it, and the little blue dots are the places where there's curtain wall that's still above the ground. In other words, all the bits of curtain wall that are buried and therefore you can't record, you can't actually access within this database. So you could choose, for instance, here you could choose say 29 here, and this is one of the sites that people did work on, and you can see here at the top it automatically fills in a lot of the data, so that's already in there. So the grid reference and the parish and all data, the structure and so on, they're already in there. That's just so that you don't have to fill that in, and that gives us a consistency. So it means that if you're choosing from a map with a series of dots on, you can only choose something that's already within the database. So it's not really designed for you to add lots and lots of new stuff in. There are some things here that we need to you need to add. The surveyors, and there needs to be another box here that's for the date of when it was surveyed. And I'm still waiting on Janetta to do that, but we can add that later and then check by. If there isn't a monument number, it's because I didn't find a monument number for it. So if it's something like that and it's blank, it just means it is blank. Once you've worked out what type of structure it is that you're dealing with, you need to work out which bit of the structure that you're going to record. So it's all divided up here into foundations, footings, offset, ashlar, blocking, core, square drum, or so on. You may have multiple elements for the structure that you're recording, but you need to record them all separately. I know it sounds long-winded, but each individual element needs to be recorded separately because then they make up a whole. The drawing that appeared here, I need to get Janetta to move that slightly, but these are for site 29, which is Blackcots. These are the drawings that anybody who did any recording was given. So these are the blank drawings. And this is just there as a reference. So if you need to look at these when you're doing the recording. And then as you scroll down to the bottom, you can see that we've got the drawings that people actually did the recording in the field on. I thought this was a good idea at the time, and I think it still is okay, but these would have to be added to the database every time somebody added a new site in. So I'm not sure how useful this is at the moment, but it does give you a reference to the original drawings. I think in some ways it might be easier when people are doing that to just simply send everybody a pack of drawings, which is the sort of thing that Ian's now scanning. If you've decided that you want to record a particular part of the wall, so most of the things are things like, if it's going to be a curtain wall, they're going to be sort of coarse rubble probably, or you might have squared rubble, but say coarse rubble on here. When you click on that, it brings up the actual stone recording part of it. And here you've got the site number. So the site number's in there, and it knows that that's the right site number. And then you need to fill in all the other elements within here. If you're not sure what goes in which box, there are some help buttons here. So if I click on help, it says what EID means, user reference, face, course, and so on. But use these in combination with all the guides that Ian produced, particularly for the detailed stone recording. And there's also the one that Rob produced as well, which is about recording the wall. Most of these things where you've got choices have drop-down boxes. So if you've got a face, does it face north, south, east, west, or top? And the element is coarse rubble. That's already filled in because you clicked on the box that said coarse rubble in the other one. And then the grain size here, when you click on that, it tells you to go and check the guide. That's because if I was to give the detail that Ian's got in the guide, which I did have in the original database, it just doesn't really work on a web page. It's just too much detail. So it's easier to actually refer to the original guide. And all of these are drop-down boxes as well. So you just need to check one. If you want to select grain types, if you wanted to select more than one, which you might well do, what you do is you click on one, and then on your keyboard there's a control key. If you hold that down, then you can click on individual elements so that you could select in more than one. Anywhere where you get a box where you think you need to, there's not a drop-down box like that where you need to record more than one thing, then you just use the same principle. It's the control key and then just click in. there's a bit here for adding in a fossil, a picture of a fossil, and that relies on you uploading a picture of that particular fossil. On the original database, and it still exists, there are boxes for images, so you can upload images easily onto the database. That doesn't work very well when you port it out onto the internet like this. So that box there is just for uploading a fossil. And there is a bug in it, which I've noticed, and yes, you get the same thing appearing multiple times in the box, and that's to do with a bit of code, and I don't have access to the original code, so that's something I'm waiting to sort out. These little bugs don't affect how the database works, so I think we just get on with it and then just do a fix as we're going along, and you may well find there's other problems with it. And then at the bottom, you've got recorded by, checked by, date created, and so on. Once you've filled all that in, you can click on submit, and that will create a, I think I'll click on that. That creates a screen here where you can see that it's got a summary of what you've just done. So you've got a list down here, and these are all the things you filled in. You see on the grain types, when I use the control key, we've got 3 different, and I'm sure it doesn't make any sense geologically, but we've got 3 entries in there. So once that's submitted, and then if you want to go back, you can click back on home, it'll take you back to this page. So it is a bit long-winded because then you have to go back through here and there and then do exactly the same thing as you did before. But it does allow for consistency throughout the whole thing. So if you just got to, say I'll go to Curtain Wall, go back to 29 and course level. If you had a button here and then you made an entry and then you were submitting and then making some changes in here, there's a much greater scope for you to forget to change something, and so we end up with something that's not quite right. If you also on here, so there's the key thing at the bottom here is if you know that you've recorded everything properly and you click on record complete, that's really useful, because I can do a check for everything, and if you haven't ticked that box, it says to me you've either forgotten to tick the box or you've forgotten to fill something in. So it's quite useful. You'll also see where it says fossil photo file name, and that's why it comes up here. This is relating to where this is stored on the server. And you see now it says stonerecording.csv. That file is the file of data that I just created by pressing submit. And I can access all of that and then take those records and then put them into the main database. That stonerecording.csv, it changes every time. So if you do add another record in, it'll still say stone recording CSV, but it'll be a bigger file. And that file, if you click on upload image here, I'll come to that in a second, you'll see that's where it's recorded. And if I was to right click that, I could do save link as on here, for instance, and I can save that to my computer at home or wherever I am. So that's a very simple way of taking your data in a very small format, so that I can then take that and then import it into the original database in Access, which we had problems trying to distribute. I'll just go back a minute. The upload image thing here, which I clicked, it takes me to a thing. If you've got pictures that you want to share of any of this, so long as they're not huge, massive pictures, then you can use the upload image thing and you can upload the pictures, because at the moment, in the old database, this space here had boxes in it for pictures, but this can't because of the way that the thing works. It's also because all of this has to sit on a server somewhere and have enough space. But if you've got 3 or 4 pictures of a particular stone and the different faces, and you want to put them with the record, if you can use the reference number and then just use the upload image thing here, you can choose a file. So if I click on choose file here, that takes me to, actually that's my lecture for tomorrow on drawing lithics, but that's another matter. But it takes you to a folder, and you just found the folder with the pictures in. If you can make them all sort of JPEGs and not too big, that'd be really useful. But you could use the same. You could use the same function if you wanted to share drawings or whatever. So it's not as intuitive as using the original database, because the original database you just clicked on a box and it went straight to where you chose a picture and so on. But that's the way it has to work, I think, over the internet. If I chose the file, so I'll choose an arrowhead there, and then it doesn't come in here until I click on upload picture. So I'd have to click on upload picture, and then it says it's uploaded successfully. And then unfortunately this is in the way again. And there you'll see I've just used the back arrow there. I've got my arrowhead photo there. And if I go to, I'll just go back to where the stone recording bit is. You'll see that it appears in the fossil photo file name for some reason, best known to the person who programmed it. So I'm not sure why it appears there. Within itself, that's quite useful to know what's in there, but it's not in the right place. It needs to be somewhere else. So that's basically it. I mean, I don't think it's that difficult a thing to use. There's a few little bugs which I've got a list of, and there's a help file that's a PDF file, which I think you can just I don't know what way you can have it sent to you, or you can post it up. But and I did correct the bit where the picture was in the wrong place, John and Ollie, so that's now in the right place. So I think the thing to do is what we need to do is for everybody just to have a go, and then we'll see whether it breaks or not, basically. That's the only way to do it, when several people are all doing it at once. And then I need to talk to Rob about whether we need to get somebody, pay somebody to sort out a few bits and pieces. Because at the moment, I tried this morning, I can't get access to this site where the app's actually sitting. I've got the original code, but I don't have access to the server site.
So Alex, can I check? So for example, if someone is recording the stone sizes from a stretch of curtain wall,
yeah,
they would come into this, they would select curtain wall. They would then
which site is it?
Yeah, pick a site. They would then go to the coursed rubble.
Yeah.
But am I right in thinking that each one of those entries is actually just one stone?
Yes.
So you would have to do that repeatedly. So if you did, 6 stones along one course,
yeah,
you would have that course number, and then you would give that stone a reference number like 1 or A or something like that.
That's this bit here. Well, so
yeah.
There's 2. There's this one. So on the help, you'll see on here it says that's a unique number, and that's for this database.
Okay, and that's automatically made, so we don't have to worry about putting that in. That's auto-generated.
No, you have to put that in as a unique number.
Okay, it said in the help that it was auto-generated.
But it doesn't seem to auto-generate on here as far as I can see.
Okay.
Maybe it does. It did in the original database, it automatically generated.
Okay.
That's a good point. The stone ref here, this was if you'd got a reference on the actual drawing for the original reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking if you kind of recorded a stretch of wall in the field, for example, then and say you've got 6 stones per course and you've got 5 courses, then actually you're looking at 30 of these entries, for example.
Yeah.
I just thought I wanted to make sure I understood, and it's worth separating that out, as it were.
Yeah, I think the thing is, if you don't do that, you don't have the level of detail.
Right.
And that's the thing. I mean, you could use this if you're, you know, I mean, if you look at the other types of thing here, I mean, there's coarse dribble, but then there's, you know, you've got columns and all sorts of things on there. So, but they are all individual elements. But that's the only way I could see to do it. Otherwise, there'll be no consistency.
Okay.
So we are going down to the smallest part, and then you can, from the smallest part, you can build anything you want from that, can't we? So that's, but it should all relate to, I mean, we shouldn't see that data just as sitting on its own. It should relate to a drawing like this, where you know exactly which stones have been recorded. So you have got a reference on here.
Yeah.
And different people have recorded stuff in different ways. That's why I put in the unique reference of the database, but also why I put the ability to put your original reference in here so that you can automatically go back to the original drawing there.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know how many more of these have been done, but it is, yeah, it's quite time consuming. But if we have lots of people doing it, then it's not quite so time consuming. Now, I mean, I'm not sure that you're going to have a lot of these things. There'll be a rarity rather than something that's recorded every time.
Yeah. So with wall curtain, I mean, you would do your entries for foundation, for example. Yeah. If the foundation stones are visible and measured, you would then do your footing course.
Yeah.
You would then record potentially an offset course.
Yeah.
And then every course after that would be the coursed rubble, for the most part.
Yeah, unless you've got a temple somewhere, so you can have your ashlar.
Yes, if you were doing, say, like a mile castle or something, and you had a gate, then you might do foundation, and then you might do ashlar, for example. So it will vary depending on where you are, but it's just, I was just trying to work out in my head, sorting through that process.
Yeah, I think the idea here is to try and, I think that's why it's in this order. Mm-hmm. It's in this order because I followed your very fine explanation because it makes perfect sense to do it in this order. So you start at the bottom and work up, as it were.
I'm not sure if that's something that we ever shared with the volunteers, actually. I think that may have been notes that I gave to you. So maybe we should review that.
Didn't you do the stone record? The one, the building recording one.
The Roman masonry guide.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that
that's based on that, and then obviously the stuff when it comes to the nitty gritty of what the stone is usually all the stuff that Ian has produced.
Yeah.
But so you definitely need to have those to hand when you're doing this, because it makes life a lot easier, and they're all easily accessible. So the help on here, for instance, understand the structural elements, is just a short summary. If you're doing it and you're thinking, oh, what's an offset? But if you want to get more detail, then yeah, you need to refer back to the sort of the longer versions of things. I think the problem with this is the more detail you include, or the bigger the help, the bigger the space you need on the server. So, and the slower it becomes, I think, if you started to try and upload lots of big files all the time. So I think that's why we're trying to keep it as, well, I was trying to keep it as simple as possible.